Hi, I'm Caroline Harrison. I'm a manager in data and analytics, and I am an artist and an illustrator. I've always really liked drawing people the most. A lot of the stuff that I draw ends up incorporating a little bit of, the delicate way to put this is a little bit of body horror. External manifestations of trauma. What if we could see the things that were really wrong with us? The idea of sort of invisible illnesses and kind of how those manifest and how that would sort of change how we approach people who are sick. A lot of the work that I do ends up being for bands as well. The bands that I do work for are also a little bit more on the aggressive side musically. They're kind of exploring similar themes, what's beautiful and what's kind of horrifying and unsettling. And so they've been able to give me sort of a lot of freedom with regards to what I want to do. I've been drawing basically as long as I can remember. I spent a lot of time in elementary school, middle school, high school drawing. It was in high school that I really sort of figured out maybe this is what I want to do with my life. Most of the time I'm drawing with pen and ink. The actual physical act of doing a lot of the cross-hatching, which is sort of the way that I approach it, so you make a bunch of tiny lines. There's something very sort of soothing about just the repetitive motion that you have to do with that. People will say, well, how did you get into strategy and analytics? And I'll be like, oh, well, I work with numbers now because I majored in painting. I sort of had a clear interest in figuring out what it's like to be sick and sort of taking these very sterile topics and really trying to imbue them with a ton of empathy. The numbers that we end up looking at, there are people behind all of those numbers, and trying to figure out what those experiences are like really is our job at the end of the day. Those individual experiences that everyone has. That's something that I've always been interested in my work, my artwork, so it's something that sort of was a natural extension for the day-to-day stuff.